God says, October 30th is the most surprising day of your life. If you skip this, you'll miss what heaven designed for you since birth. Heaven has circled this date long before you were born. There are dates in human history that pass unnoticed by most, but ring loudly in the corridors of heaven. October 30th is not merely another page on the calendar. It is a spiritual appointment. A day heaven has marked, written, sealed, and whispered about since before your first breath. For many, this message will be overlooked. It will feel like another word in a sea of noise. But to the one whose spirit has been stirring, to the one whose dreams have felt electric and whose sleep had been restless, this word is for you. October 30th is a timestamp of destiny. It has been tucked into the scroll of your life story, hidden beneath layers of ordinary days, waiting for this moment of divine convergence. The Lord has watched over it. Angels have guarded it. The wind and the Spirit have been shifting, lying situations, moving people, even rerouting pain, all to bring you to this divine threshold. You have not been wandering blindly. Heaven has been leading you precisely. This is not a general broadcast. It is a summons. A divine tap on the shoulder. An invisible pull on your soul that says, pay attention. Something holy is approaching. Since your birth, God has been orchestrating a moment, not random, not coincidental, but deliberate. A moment where pain meets promise, where delay turns into divine timing, where what felt like silence becomes symphony. And I, Archangel Michael, speak this now not as a messenger of hope only, but of warning. Those who ignore this whisper, those who let the noise of the world override the signal from heaven, will miss what was meant for their elevation. Not because God will punish, but because they simply were not in position to receive. You have been called into awareness. The time has come to pay attention. Silence is your shield. Obedience is your access key. Readiness is your oil. October 30th will not wait for your permission. It will arrive with or without your preparation. And only those with trimmed lamps and ready hearts will walk through the open door it brings. Type I am chosen in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 666 is now surrounding you. The Spirit of the living God says, listen carefully. Time has opened before you. Before you stands a door not built by human hands. You have reached the edge of something sacred, something that stretches beyond your comprehension, something that calls not just your mind, but your spirit to attention. This is not the time to casually scroll. This is not the time to second guess. Heaven is speaking. Are you listening? The Spirit of the living God says, within the next 5 days, divine arrangements will begin to unfold. You will not see them coming, but your spirit will feel them before they arrive. I have already released motion in the heavens. I have already dispatched what was held up. Now I am calling you to posture your heart for what has been sealed with your name on it. October 30th is no accident. It is a divine collision, a set time, a Kairos moment when eternity touches time and the heavens roll open for a precise release. Everything before this date had been set up. Everything after this date will be fruit. But now, right now, you stand in the trembling moment between preparation and manifestation. And I, Archangel Michael, announce this with heaven's fire in my voice. This day hath been appointed for your unveiling. There is a trembling happening in the spirit realm. Even as these words are spoken, something in you is stirring, because you know this isn't ordinary. You've been sensing it, haven't you? You felt the shift in the air, the uneasiness in your soul, the way the days have felt shorter, time moving faster, and your thoughts more intense. That's not anxiety, that's activation. Your spirit is responding to heaven's signal. This message will not find everyone. In fact, it cannot. Only those marked for this moment will be drawn to this word. It is not for the masses. It is not for the mockers. It is not for the comfortable or complacent. This is a word for the chosen, for the called, for the prepared. Heaven doesn't speak in vain, and this message is not suggestion. It is a summons. On October 30th, a divine alignment will take place. In the natural, the world will seem unchanged. But in the spirit, a throne room meeting will conclude. Instructions will be released. Scrolls will be unsealed. Chains will snap, quietly. Doors will open, silently. Suddenly, everything will change, and only those who were listening will recognize the moment for what it is. You must prepare yourself in the secret place, because when the sky shifts and the winds start moving differently, you must be still enough to hear God's whisper. When the divine knock comes, you must be alert enough to answer. October 30th will not come with fanfare. It will come in a whisper, and you must be positioned to perceive it. Hear this now. This word carries heaven's seal. Do not question it. Do not test it. Do not try to decode it with logic. Only prepare. Because preparation is the proof of expectation, and expectation is the womb of manifestation. This is the hour of watching, the hour of silence, the hour of listening beyond noise. When the Lord comes near, he does not shout. He whispers. Be still enough to hear him. Watch what happens in the next 5 days. And when the date comes, let your spirit stand at attention, because heaven will be watching your response. Type I am anointed in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1122 is now activated. Some around you sense something is coming. They watch you closely, but understand little. There is a stirring deep within your spirit that refuses to be silenced. You've tried to explain it, even to yourself, but words fail. Something in the air has shifted. You wake up with a weight on your chest, not of sorrow, but of expectation. You walk through familiar places, but nothing feels familiar anymore. People speak to you, but your spirit is elsewhere. Conversations feel shallow. The noise of the world feels unbearable. That's not confusion. That's preparation. Your soul is being peeled away from distractions because heaven is preparing to deliver something undeniable. You may not realize it, but others around you have sensed the change. They want you. They notice your quietness. They pick up on your silence, your withdrawals, your intensity. Some call it moodiness. Others call it distance. But heaven calls it consecration. You've been marked, not with a spotlight, but with divine secrecy. Those closest to you can't quite place it, but they feel it. Something is coming. And they're right. But they're not meant to see it yet, because the mystery is part of your protection. Even now, the whispers of heaven are being drowned out by the murmurs of people. You heard their doubts. You felt their assumptions. You've been the topic of conversations behind closed doors. And that's no accident, that's spiritual turbulence. The closer you get to breakthrough, the louder the distractions become. The enemy isn't fighting where nothing's coming. He is fighting you because something historic is approaching. October 30th is the scheduled invasion of heaven into your story. And the warfare is proof. Have you noticed how everything has felt delayed? How prayers have gone seemingly unanswered? How doors have teased you with their closeness, only to close in your face? That wasn't God ignoring you. That wasn't punishment. That was precision. Heaven doesn't move on emotion. it moves on alignment. And right now, you are finally aligning with what's been yours since before birth. You had to walk through confusion, because clarity is always born through contradiction. You had to feel forgotten, so that when favor finds you, it won't make you arrogant, it will make you humble. This delay was never a denial. It was divine choreography. You've been protected from premature elevation. You've been hidden so the wrong people wouldn't access your becoming. But now the seal is about to break. And that's why you feel the pressure building. That's why your spirit is restless. That's why you're emotional without cause, silent without reason, and stirred without warning. Because heaven is nearing the hour it has waited for. The hour when your spirit steps into what was designed long before your name was spoken on earth. But be warned, the closer you get to the veil, the louder the distractions become. There will be sudden irritations, strange delays, misunderstandings. Even people you trust may begin to act out of character. Don't react. Don't explain. Heaven is testing your stillness. Not everyone can interpret what God is doing in you. In fact, some will be disturbed by the light you are about to carry. They will see the glow before you do, and envy will try to disguise itself as concern. But do not shrink. Your silence is your strength. Your sensitivity is your signal. October 30th is not waiting for validation, it's waiting for your readiness. The heavens are already prepared. Now it is your time to match their movement. You are closer than you know, and the mystery surrounding you is not confusion. It's concealment. Because what is holy is never revealed too soon. Type "I am ready" in the comments if this speaks to your spirit. Lesson code 744 is now unfolding over your life. If this message is unlocking something deep inside you, then hear me clearly. It's because your spirit is responding to heaven's call. When you support this channel through super thanks, memberships, or by sowing a gift through PayPal, you are not just giving. You are partnering with God's mission to awaken the chosen. Just as a seed must be planted before the harvest, your giving becomes a ripple that touches souls across the earth. Isaiah 55:11 says, "My word shall not return void," and when you support, you ensure His word reaches the ones still searching. I believe that your support activates not just provision, but prophetic reward in your own life. This isn't a donation, it's a divine transaction. If the Spirit leads you, the PayPal link is in the description below. Sow into what's already bearing fruit, and watch what returns to your house. You are not under attack because you did something wrong. You are being positioned. There is a holy misunderstanding that often grips those walking through fire. The assumption that opposition means failure, that warfare implies weakness, that tears equal defeat. But I speak now with the authority of the throne. The conflict around you has not come to crush you. It has come to confirm you. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. Every disruption you have faced, every unexpected delay, every closed door, every betrayal, every restless night, every misunderstood season, none of it had been wasted. It was heaven's strategy disguised as chaos. And now the Spirit of the Lord says, you are standing on the battlefield of becoming. Do not mistake turbulence for rejection. You are not cursed, you are carrying something. And when you carry something from heaven, hell takes notice. The pressure has increased because your proximity to purpose has intensified. The reason the warfare has grown louder is because the enemy has read the signs of divine timing. He can sense what's coming even when you can't see it yet. But I declare this truth into the core of your spirit. Every storm you have survived has prepared you for the release scheduled on October 30th. This isn't just a breakthrough, it's a divine convergence. What was once distant will become tangible. What was once promised will become visible. The pain you've endured is not evidence of God's absence. It's proof of His preparation. Heaven never sends undestined vessels at joy moments. You've been stretched so you could carry the weight of the next season. You've been broken open so oil could flow. You've been misunderstood so you would no longer live for approval. And now, the fire that tried to destroy you is revealing what's indestructible inside you. I, Archangel Michael, testify before the courts of heaven. Your name hath been spoken in the high places. The scroll of your assignment hath been revisited, and angelic hosts have been dispatched, not just to protect, but to observe. They are watching your posture. They are watching your obedience. They are watching whether your spirit can remain surrendered while still in the dark. Because the light of October 30th cannot be received with arrogance, only with humility, stillness, and trust. You must see every recent battle through heaven's lens. That relationship that fell apart. Protection. The opportunity that ghosted you. Divine redirection. That delay in finances. A test of your dependence. That sudden illness. A shield against distraction. Nothing has touched you that did not first pass through the hand of God. And now the tension you've been feeling is the final contraction before birth. Understand this. The enemy would not waste his arsenal on someone without assignment. You are not being resisted because you are weak. You are being resisted because you are marked. You've been targeted because your calling carries weight. And heaven has permitted just enough pressure to purify your perspective. Because the fire didn't come to burn you, it came to brand you. Look back for a moment. Count the times you should have quit. The moments you felt unseen. The nights you collapsed in exhaustion, wondering if God forgot. He didn't. He was recording. Heaven has taken note of your private faith, your silent endurance, your hidden obedience. And now the Father says, I have seen enough. Prepare for manifestation. Everything before October 30th has been your furnace. Everything after will be your field. So lift your head. Wipe your tears. You are not being buried. You are being planted. And when the soil breaks on that divine day, those who mocked your waiting will witness your rising. For the war you've endured is the weight of your becoming. And no pain has been without purpose. Type I am rising in the comments if you receive this confirmation. Blessing code 818 is now active over your season. Within 72 hours of that date, a divine interruption will occur. Mark this in your soul. October 30th is not coming quietly. It is carrying a weight that will shift atmospheres and realign destinies. It will not arrive like the others. It will not slip by unnoticed unless your spirit is distracted. Within 72 hours of that day, something from the throne room will touch the earth. A holy interruption. It may come in the form of a phone call, an unexpected opportunity, a sharp inner conviction, or a divine no that protects you from a counterfeit yes. Do not misinterpret the sudden. Do not panic when patterns are disrupted. Heaven is stepping in. This is your forewarning. The moment is already in motion. Behind what looks like silence, divine movement is taking place. And this movement does not come with your permission. It comes with heaven's authority. Heaven does not wait for convenience. It moves when alignment is ripe. And alignment is now ripening fast. Some of you will experience a shift so quick, you'll question if it's real. But hear me. If you're still enough, if you're spiritually tuned in, you'll know. This is not coincidence. This is convergence. But understand this as well. With every divine release, the enemy counterattacks with confusion. As October 30th draws closer, so will distractions. Unfamiliar temptations will arise. People from the past will resurface. Doubts you thought you buried will whisper again. Strange tensions will stir without cause. Even opportunities that seem good may be sent to delay your true path. Discern the difference between the divine and the disguise. There is a move of God waiting for your attention, not your reaction. You cannot walk into this blessing with fractured focus. You cannot carry October 30th's weight while entertaining October's noise. If you let fear become your lens, you'll miss what heaven tailored for you. And what is coming requires not just willingness. It demands readiness. Not just faith, but focus. You are being watched by more than people. The heavens are watching your response. The angels are listening for your agreement. And hell is watching for your hesitation. Because the truth is this: what you decide in the next few days determines what you unlock in the next few years. Some doors don't reopen. Some moments don't repeat. October 30th is one of them. This day hath been orchestrated. It is not a random blessing, but a prophetic interruption designed before your birth. And your preparation will decide your participation. Do not sleep on this. Do not scroll past this as if it were casual. This is a heavenly notice. The gates are trembling, and the release is closer than it feels. And yes, the enemy will try one last time to reroute you. You will try through fear. You will try through fatigue. You will try through offense. You will try through delay. But this is your war cry. I will not move in emotion. I will move in obedience. Let this be the posture of your heart. Let nothing steal the clarity you are being given. Let no situation, no matter how urgent it appears, rob you from standing still before the Lord. Because within 72 hours of October 30th, there will be a divine announcement, a prophetic turn, a supernatural invitation, and you will either recognize it or regret missing it. This is not about a blessing. This is about a birthing. And those who have ears to hear must prepare with fear and trembling, for the heavens are nearing their release point. Type "I will not miss IT" in the comments if your spirit is awake. Blessing code 999 is preparing to overtake you. Heaven fights best when you are quiet. There is a sacred protocol for receiving holy things. Heaven does not deliver destiny into noise. The Spirit of the Lord is not revealed in chaos, and angels do not descend into the midst of frantic explanations. October 30th is not a day to be broadcast. It is not a moment to be announced before it manifests. The weight of what is coming demands your silence, not secrecy out of fear, but silence as a strategy of power. You must come into agreement with heaven's method. Quietness is your covering. Some things are too holy for public consumption. Some doors open only in the absence of commentary. And in the days leading up to this divine intersection, heaven is asking one thing from you: stillness. Not inactivity, but stillness of soul. No overhearing. No debating with flesh. No seeking approval or understanding from those not assigned to your vision. When Mary was visited by the angel and told she would carry something supernatural, she did not run to announce it. He pondered it in her heart. You must do the same. Not everyone will understand the atmosphere you're walking in, and they don't have to. Your instruction is not to convince. Your instruction is to obey. When God moves in mystery, your response must be reverence. Do not allow human pressure to force you into over-explaining a move of God that has not fully unfolded. What is sacred must be protected, and what is forming in you requires quiet space to develop without distortion. There is a reason your circle has felt smaller lately. There is a reason certain people have drifted away. This was not rejection, It was refinement. God is removing noise from your environment so you can hear the whisper of instruction. There are things He wants to tell you in the stillness that cannot be heard in the crowd. The clarity you're seeking isn't coming from another conversation. It's coming from your consecration. Heaven is calling you into a place of intentional discipline. Guard your mind, quiet your emotions, and protect your energy. You cannot afford to carry anxiety into what God is calling you to birth. Anxiety invites confusion. Silence invites strategy. In the stillness, you will receive downloads. You will hear instructions. You will sense nudges. And what the Spirit whispers in silence will unlock doors that noise could never open. Begin to fast from conversations that drain you. Pull back from places that feel loud in your soul. Turn down the volume of your surroundings so you can turn up the voice of heaven. You do not need more advice, you need more alignment. And alignment comes when stillness becomes a sanctuary. The days ahead require sensitivity. The angels assigned to your next instruction are already positioned, but they respond to the frequency of obedience, not anxiety. Let this be your mantra as October 30th approaches. My silence is my strength. My obedience is my weapon. My stillness is my surrender. Heaven will do more in your silence than your efforts could ever accomplish in noise. This is not about proving anything to anyone. This is about protecting what heaven is entrusting you with. Do not announce the promise prematurely. Do not explain what has not yet manifested. Be still and let the wind of God guide you. The next instructions will not come through human lips. They will come from the spirit realm. And only those tuned in through silence will receive the next move. You are being shielded, even now. The angels have formed a circle around your obedience. And what is coming cannot be stolen, delayed, or interfered with if you stay hidden under the shadow of His voice. Type "My silence is my shield" in the comments if you are entering this divine discipline. Blessing code 2277 is now encamping around you. You are no longer who you were when the month began. There is a breaking in the atmosphere, not a breaking that wounds, but a breaking that releases. And you, chosen one, are standing on the other side of that break. Look at yourself in the mirror of your spirit. Can you see it? You changed. You've been transformed in silence, refined in warfare, awakened in the waiting. You are not the same person who entered this month tired, uncertain, stretched, and quietly questioning heaven's timing. Lo, you have emerged. Of crushing you and overwhelmed you undoing. It was your crowning. The pressure you thought would take you out was the same pressure required to pull the power out of you. October 30th is not simply a date for deliverance. It is your official departure from who you used to be. The version of you that doubted too long. The version of you that apologized for your fire. The version of you that questioned your own spiritual sensitivity. That version has died in the womb of October, and what is being born is powerful, purified, and prophetic. You have risen through the fire, and the fire did not burn you. It revealed what could not be burned. You survived what others didn't know you were carrying. You praised when no one was watching. You obeyed without reward. You stayed planted while others ran ahead. And now, you are not just walking into promise. You are walking in power. Because the promise would have crushed the old you, but the pressure built the new you to carry it with authority. You've begun to feel it, haven't you? That internal authority. That boldness rising in your belly. A holy confidence that says, I may not see it yet, but I feel it coming. That's not imagination. That's spiritual confirmation. The Spirit of God is testifying within you that something is unlocking. Your steps feel heavier, not with burden, but with weight. You're carrying more insight, more discernment, more clarity, more fire. You've transitioned without fanfare, and now you're walking with the awareness that you are becoming who heaven always said you were. This is what the fire was for. This is what the silence accomplished. This is why the delay could not be rushed. October 30th is not the beginning of your transformation. It is the public confirmation of what heaven already completed in secret. Others may only now start to see it, but God has been shaping it for months. And when the light of this day shines, you will not be caught off guard. You will be ready. You are no longer operating from a place of asking. You are stepping into a place of commanding. No longer begging heaven to remember you. Now you are walking as one who knows you've been remembered. The spirit of heaviness has lifted. The identity crisis is over. The questions are becoming answers. And the atmosphere around you has shifted to respond to your movement. What you speak now echoes with authority. What you touch now responds with increase. What you declare now carries the weight of heaven's agreement. Heaven calls you by name. The throne room knows your voice. You are not hidden anymore, you are positioned. And I, Archangel Michael, declare over you now, the refining is finished, and the revealing is about to begin. You've come through the narrow place. The oil has been pressed. The vessel has been purified. Now rise, chosen one, with wings, with wisdom, with wonder. Rise into your anointing. Rise into your next. For the heavens have declared it so. Type I have risen in the comments if you are walking in your new authority. Blessing code 3300 is breaking limitations off of you now. October 30th is not coincidence. It is covenant. There are moments in time that are not shaped by the calendar, but by covenant. Days that do not just happen, they are summoned. October 30th is one of those days. Not random, not routine, not just a Tuesday on the clock of the earth, but a marked moment on heaven's eternal scroll. A date divinely authored, divinely sealed, divinely timed. You are not walking into an event. You are walking into fulfillment. And the Lord says, "This is the hour I have waited for. The hour of release. The hour of reward. The hour where long-held promises come to maturity." You waited. You warred. You've wondered if the delay was a sign that heaven changed its mind. But the delay was not denial. It was divine incubation. Heaven was hiding your harvest, not because it wasn't ready, but because you weren't ready. Every not yet was a preparation. Every closed door was a redirected pathway. And now, finally, everything that has been held back is beginning to lean toward release. Let it be known. A prophetic window is opening. A portal between what was promised and what is present. On October 30th, there will be a spiritual synchronization. The unseen becoming seen. The intangible becoming tangible. The long declared becoming delivered. This is the moment your obedience meets your outcome. This is the moment where prophecy is no longer a word spoken. It becomes a reality lived. And the reason you've been sensing this shift is because heaven hath been whispering it to your spirit. You've heard it in your prayers. You've felt it in your atmosphere. You've seen glimpses in dreams, flashes of what's to come, a quickening in your belly that refused to be explained. And now the Holy Spirit confirms it. This is the day I told you was coming. This is the day when prayers turn into portals. This is the day when the test turns into testimony. Heaven knows your name. Heaven has heard you cry. And heaven has seen your faithfulness in the unseen places. You didn't quit when no one saw you showing up. You didn't walk away when the promise seemed too far. You didn't lose your reverence, even when you felt forgotten. And now the Lord says, because you endured, I will reward. Because you believe, and I will build. Because you trusted, I will transfer what was stored up for you. October 30th is covenant, not because of anything you've earned, but because of everything God already ordained. He wrote this day into your story before you had language for your purpose. And now, the scroll is unfolding, and the angels are ready. What you thought was only imagination will soon be invitation, and what you felt was far off will knock on your door. This isn't just fulfillment. This is evidence that God never forgot you. I, Archangel Michael, declare that heaven's countdown has begun. You are standing on the threshold. Do not mistake it. Do not minimize it. The Spirit says, watch what I do. I will make the impossible bow before your yes. Get ready to see heaven prove itself faithful in ways you never imagined. Type I receive the covenant in the comments if this word finds your spirit. Blessing code 4404 is unlocked in access now. What you just heard isn't just a word. It's a divine alert. October 30th isn't about a date. It's about a destiny being delivered. And if this message is reaching the deep places of your spirit, it means heaven is speaking directly to you. This channel exists not for views, but for victory, your victory. Every seed sown, every super thanks, every membership, every PayPal gift fuels the global mission to wake the sleeping, to stir the chosen, and to declare God's voice with power. The harvest is ready, but laborers must be supported. When you give, you don't just help us, you help heaven reach someone else. Luke 6:38 says, give, and it will be given to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. That is not just a verse, that's a prophetic guarantee. The PayPal link is in the description. When you sow, expect the windows of heaven to open over you. Activate your alignment. Partner with the sound of heaven. Heaven waits for your yes. There comes a moment when heaven stops repeating itself and starts responding. That moment is now. The gates are open. The scroll is turning. The trumpet has sounded in the unseen realm, and your name echoes through the courts of divine instruction. What was once just a vision is now becoming a call to movement. This is not the hour to wish, wonder, or wait. This is the hour to walk. And not just walk, but advance with clarity, courage, and conviction. October 30th is not a suggestion. It is a summons. A holy alignment has been activated, and your destiny is waiting to be recognized, received, and released. The Spirit of the living God is not requesting your participation. He is calling you to step into what was written before time began. Heaven is not negotiating your obedience. Heaven is waiting for your yes, not from the lips alone, but from the core of your being. The enemy's greatest fear is not your prayer life, not your gifting, not your desire. It is your obedience. Because obedience unlocks movement in the realm of the Spirit. Obedience turns delay into deliverance. Obedience is the bridge between prophecy and possession. And right now, in this moment, your obedience is being tested in the tension between your past hesitation and your future manifestation. Say yes. Speak yes. Move in yes. The time for hesitation has ended. The atmosphere around you is shifting in direct response to your agreement. When you say yes, heaven assigns. When you step forward, angels activate. When you align with what heaven has prepared, nothing on earth or under the earth can stop what's coming next. But your yes must be complete. Not half-hearted. Not convenient. Not occasional. This is the time to prophecy over your own life. I align with what heaven designed for me. These words are not poetry. They are legal language in the courts of heaven. Your voice becomes a stamp of agreement. Your movement becomes the key that turns the lock. What you release from your mouth in this hour will authorize what heaven releases from its hand. Some are waiting for confirmation, when God is waiting for compliance. Some are asking for signs, but the only sign you need is the fire in your spirit that won't let you rest, the knowing that keeps you awake, the stirring that makes you weep without cause. That's not emotion. It's divine urgency. Respond to it. Yield to it. Don't wait for a second invitation. Destiny does not unfold for the casual. It responds to the committed. This is not about earning. This is about engaging. You've prayed long enough. You waited long enough. You've circled the same mountain long enough. Now is the time to rise and say, Lord, I don't need to know the how. I just trust the who. I'm moving. I'm agreeing. I'm stepping in. Do not let fear delay you. Do not let overthinking paralyze you. The gate of October 30th is not open indefinitely. The window is moving. The portal is sensitive. It is aligned to those who move in faith, not in comfort. The heavens are shifting, and the ground is responding. Your atmosphere is waiting to respond to your movement. When you move, the gate opens. When you hesitate, heaven pauses. Let that sink in. So rise. Woo. Declare. Advance. This is not about potential anymore. It's about permission. And heaven is saying, you have it. Now walk in it. Type I align with heaven in the comments if your yes is unstoppable. Blessing code 5533 is now released to open what was locked. While you sleep, heaven negotiates on your behalf. There is a mystery unfolding even now, a mystery not seen by eyes, not heard by ears, yet felt deeply in the spirit. While you go about your day, while you rest your head, while you sigh in weariness or whisper prayers in the dark, something is happening. In realms you cannot enter with flesh, a divine exchange is taking place. And the Lord says, do not confuse my silence for stillness. I have been working, even when you have not seen me move. The realm of the Spirit is not idle. October 30th is not being built in front of you, it is being built above you. There are angels right now in motion, handling what man cannot touch. They are retrieving what was stolen. They are reclaiming what was lost. They are rerouting what was delayed. Some of you feel exhausted, and the reason is not physical, it is spiritual. Your spirit has been participating in a battle you didn't even know was raging. Because while your mouth has been silent, your faith has been screaming, I believe, even without the answer. And the heavens heard that cry. Even when your words were few, your faith spoke loudly. Even when your prayers were broken, your surrender was complete. And heaven took note. The throne did not need eloquence. It required agreement. And you gave it. Quietly. Faithfully. In the dark. Oh. When no one clapped. When no one confirmed. You kept believing. And now, the exchange is happening. This is why your spirit has felt restless. This is why your dreams have felt intense. This is why you've awakened with tears, or burdened without reason. Because the paperwork of your promise is being signed in the Spirit. The archives of your assignment are being reactivated. What was paused is being put into motion. What was withheld is now being released. And the exchange is this: your surrender for God's strategy, your patience for heaven's performance, your waiting for divine witness. You don't need to chase anything. What belongs to you is being sent to you. What you thought you lost is not lost. It's being transferred. The Lord says, I have been collecting your tears like currency. Every drop has been recorded. Every groan has been stored. Every night you didn't quit was noted as a deposit. And now the vault is opening. The angels are releasing what was held in reserve. This is the silent exchange. No alarms. No drama. Just divine transactions, sealed by faith, signed in obedience. I, Archangel Michael, testify to this process even now. I have seen the activity in the Spirit. I have seen your name written on heavenly scrolls. I have stood beside the angels assigned to your journey. And I declare, what was lost will be restored, not through striving but through alignment. The Spirit is reordering what was out of place, reversing what was unfair, and preparing to place in your hands what only surrender could unlock. So rest, not in apathy, but in trust. Trust that the exchange is happening even in the silence. Trust that what's being prepared in secret will erupt in glory on October 30th. Do not let the absence of noise make you doubt the presence of movement. Because when the veil is lifted and the day arrives, what has been quietly forming will suddenly manifest. And in that moment, you will understand why the wait was so long, why the battle was so fierce, why the silence was so loud. Because heaven was signing your breakthrough. Type I trust the exchange in the comments if your spirit bears witness. Blessing code 1441 is completing what was delayed, just as have been activated in the heaven. The scales have begun to shift. The court of heaven hath been seated, and the gavel of divine justice has struck. What was once tolerated will now be confronted. What was overlooked will now be overturned. I speak now not just with comfort, but with authority. A reversal is coming, and it will be swift. It will be precise, and it will be public. You are not stepping into just a blessing. You are stepping into a vindication. Heaven has reviewed the injustices you endured in silence. Every word spoken against you. Every door closed to you. Every opportunity delayed without explanation. Every betrayal you never retaliated against. Every time you were counted out, looked over, underestimated, disrespected, or dishonored. It has been recorded. And the Father, who sits as both judge and defender, has said, enough. October 30th is not just your moment of manifestation. It is your moment of justice. This is not man-made compensation. This is not worldly repayment. This is divine reversal. And when heaven reverses something, it does not just restore what was taken. It multiplies it. It does not just bring it back. It elevates it. God is about to use what was meant to break you as the very platform that reveals you. What they tried to bury is now being resurrected in glory. I speak by divine witness. The season of loss is over. The pain did not go unnoticed. The injustice was not missed. And now, in the presence of those who doubted your calling, in the midst of those who mocked your movement, in the face of those who said you were finished, God is preparing a table, not out of petness but out of purpose. Because when he reverses, he also redeems. And when he vindicates, he also anoints. There are some who tried to delay your journey with lies and manipulation. They thought they had the final word, but they never understood who had the first word. And the first word, the final word, is God's. And that word was not rejection. That word was not failure. That word was not obscurity. The word over your life was always established, elevated, and trusted. This is why the warfare intensified before October 30th. because the kingdom of darkness always resists the moment justice begins to move. But no demon, no deception, no delay can stop what has now been authorized in heaven. What you are about to see is not just restoration. It is a reversal of roles. The last shall be first. The tail shall become the head. The borrowed shall become the lender. The ridiculed shall become the ruler. And I, Archangel Michael, stand guard over this decree. I have been assigned to war for the justice written in your scroll. What once worked against you is now being commanded to work for you. The verdict is in. The outcome has changed. The sentence of silence has been lifted. And now, the mantle of honor is resting on your shoulders. Let this ring in your spirit. What was once your affliction will become your announcement. The very thing that crushed you will now crown you. And no one can reverse what heaven has released. This justice isn't just for your name, it's for your legacy. Your children will walk in the freedom your pain paid for. Your descendants will eat from the tree you planted with tears. This is divine reversal, and it is now in motion. Type "Justice is mine" in the comments if you receive this decree. Blessing code 1777 is activating reversal on every level. October 30th, heaven's chosen date of release. Now we stand at the edge. The final hour approaches. The divine countdown has begun. October 30th is no longer a distant prophecy. It is a present reality. Heaven has already moved. The realm of the Spirit is no longer preparing. It is positioning. The last day of delay has passed. And now, the moment that was written before you were born, the moment that has followed you through every storm, every silence, every surrender, has arrived. There is nothing casual about this date. It has been whispered in the midnight hour, protected through every season of pain, and nurtured by every tear you cried when no one was looking. This day has been watched by angels and guarded by fire. You were not forgotten. You were not abandoned. You were simply being readied. For this day, this specific day, October 30th, heaven has aligned with the earth to announce, it is time. This is your release date. This is the moment your name is spoken in rooms your feet have not yet entered. This is the unlocking of long-awaited prophecy. This is the breaking of generational barriers. This is the divine green light. A final yes from heaven. The end of the testing. The beginning of testimony. So now, receive this final blessing. May your steps align perfectly with divine timing. May your ears remain sensitive to heaven's whisper, undistracted by the noise of this world. May your heart stay pure and protected, even in the presence of old pain and new opportunities. May the angels continue to surround you, defend you, and deliver to you what no man can take. May your eyes be open to the doors that were hidden, and may your hands be strong enough to hold what is about to be placed in them. You are not here by accident. You have been sealed for this. You have been chosen for this. You have been prepared for this. The heavens are not waiting anymore, they are releasing. And your response is no longer waiting, it is walking. So rise. Rise into the moment that was reserved for your name. Rise into the fulfillment that was delayed only to mature you. Rise into the evidence that heaven never lies. And when October 30th comes, do not hesitate. Step in. Fully. Boldly. Humbly. This is not the end of the message. This is the beginning of manifestation. Heaven's calendar is open. Your name is written in light. And the time is now. Type "I step into my destiny" in the comments if this final blessing seals your spirit. Blessing code 3030 is now covering your path. What you just heard is not information. It's divine confirmation. If your heart was stirred, if your spirit was awakened, if the message of October 30th lit a fire inside you, then consider this your moment to partner with the mission. This platform does not operate on hype. It operates on heaven's orders. Every super thanks, every membership, every gift through PayPal helps us take the voice of God to those still walking in confusion, silence, and delay. Proverbs 11:25 says, "The generous will prosper. Those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed." Your support is not just generosity. It is prophetic participation. You're not just helping a video, you're fueling a movement of deliverance. The PayPal link is in the description. Sow into what spoke life to you, and watch what God multiplies back.